Is it showing up? Not showing up yet. There it is. Okay, I'm just going to tweet this out on Blue Sky. I'm sorry, I'm not calling it skeeting. I don't know if that's a joke or not, but I've seen that everywhere that we're supposed to call it skeeting. Skeeting sounds so stupid, I'm not calling it that. Okay. Post is made. Have the stream pulled up. Okay. I'm going to just open up OBS again. That way I can play it if necessary. Alright. Now, in regards to yesterday's problems, the dropped frames issue, that has been sorted, hopefully. The offline recording has been posted and is currently up on my YouTube. It only has one view as opposed to the stream version, but I added it to the playlist just to be safe. As far as the TV issue, that is only showing up for me and not for you guys, thankfully. That has not been sorted. I might just have to get a new monitor or something, but I can't afford that at the moment, so I'll just have to deal. Which is why I have OBS open so I can play it off if necessary. You might notice that Xenoblade 2 is here, and that's because I started playing Xenoblade 2. In case you guys doubted that I like this franchise, let me show you something. This picture of the final boss of Xenoblade 1, you can see the date it was taken there. So I literally beat Xenoblade 1, and then I beat Torna, which was like 3 days ago. And now I am replaying Xenoblade 2 and streaming Xenoblade 3 at the same time. Also, you will see here that I have Perun. I got really lucky, and Perun was my third rare blade I opened after the generic Wind Knuckle Blade, and then I think next was whatever, Godfrey, that's his name, Godfrey. And then another generic, and then I got Perun. Perun, for a little bit of Lily lore, is my favorite rare blade, like, in the entire series. She's the only Xenoblade 2 character I've actually drawn, and so, in my very first playthrough of, Xenoblade 2, I got Perun as my first rare blade, and I used her, like, the entire game. The first time I played Xenoblade 2, I didn't really understand the affinity system, so the fact that her first affinity marker can't actually be unlocked until, like, Indol didn't really bother me all that much. It's a little annoying now that I actually understand how it works, but I love her so much that it doesn't matter. But because I played mostly Xenoblade 2 yesterday, I have not played any of Xenoblade 3. Which is good, because we kind of left in, like, a, cliffhanger. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry, I'm still in the process of waking up. I slept in today, that's why the stream is a little late. But as you can see, we are playing Best Burb, well, second Best Burb, Uni. Uni is a healer, so she's going to play very differently to Noah's attacker.
I've got it all covered. Just you watch.
So, as you can see here, Uni's only offensive art is Myopic Screen, which is a Xenoblade X reference. And it is her days. Now, I'm going to be really bad about the power ring setup, and I'm mostly going to put it over Lambs and Uni as opposed to trying to, you know, stick to Noah and keep him in it, because Noah's AI likes to jump around a lot and, like, constantly move around the enemy, which I guess makes sense, he does have positionals, but it makes it really hard to try and get him to stay. I love Uni. I forget what Uni's voice actress is named, but she is fantastic. Like, I genuinely couldn't imagine this character with any other English voice. Even in Japanese, it still just doesn't feel the same. Also, I like that Noah is, well, and Mia, once you get here, are still the, offseers, so they will still play the flutes, even if you are playing as someone else. It's a little bit of just, like, interconnected world building that I really like. They didn't have to do it, but I appreciate that they did. Unfortunately, with Uni's only attacking art being a daze, unless you change it to her other art, which you just objectively shouldn't do, playing as her is a little bit boring, at least in her starting class. I will be playing her primarily with other classes, and she is a lot more enjoyable then, but unfortunately here she is a bit of a Charlotte issue. Though I do like Uni a lot more than Charla, and I don't have an issue with Charla, she's just... Unfortunately, Charla is the least interesting member of the Xenoblade 1 cast, to me at least.
When's the battle happening?
And a large part of that, I think, is her playstyle. Most of her arts are just healing arts or support arts, which a lot of the time you won't even actually need. She only gets one red art, and she doesn't get it until very, very late. So, unfortunately, she's not great in chain attacks and is an active detriment a lot of the time. And her talent art being cool off is well documented to be like the worst talent art in the game. So at least in that regard, Uni is better than Charla, because at least her talent art does something other than make you unable to play the game for however long. But since her four arts are Ether Cannon, which is her other offensive art, and Myopic Daze as her only two attacking, or Myopic Screen rather, you kind of only get to attack with Uni when someone is toppled, unless you just want to waste your part of the driver combo. I know it's not actually called a driver combo in Xenoblade 3, I just can't remember what it actually is in Xenoblade 3. I think it's fusion combo, but regardless, Ether Cannon is just damage, I think, and it's ether damage as well, which is actually kind of nice.
I'm not sure how to feel, that's all.
But then her other two arts are just Group Heal, which is just a group heal, and then Power Ring, which is just an attack buff pull. Thankfully, though, after this, we actually get to play as my favorite of the tutorial tank, or tutorial roles, which is Tank. And thankfully, they were like, oh, well, everybody loves playing as Dunban, so why don't we make the tutorial tank the dodge tank instead of Lance? Also, I just literally did the fucking thing I've been saying not to do, and I used my epic screen just for damage, and now I won't be able to use it today's here. So yeah, that's why you don't want to just use Uni for damage. You do want to wait until it is toggled today's. Also, Noah's Monado Buster there is not greatly timed when you're not playing as him. You won't get the bonus very often.
So, when's the battle happening?
Okay. And I suppose, thankfully, you don't actually have to play as Uni for this part of the tutorial for very long. You basically only play as her until the mouth of the valley.
I'm starving. Got anything I can eat? Much better.
Okay, cleaned the clothes.
Just part of the protocol, innit?
Everyone got their strength back?
I am not going to be using bonus experience unless I actively need to. Largely because of class point and me getting really annoyed about how unlocking classes can get a lot harder in this game if you don't actually keep your level fairly low compared to other Xenoblade games.
I've got it all covered, just you watch. Counting on you, Lance. Come here, I got something for you.
Thanks for the support. Got this.
Ha!
Arrowing.
Uppercut!
Root heel.
Extra! Hey!
I didn't even really need to use that group heal, I just did.
They were no match for us.
What were they gonna do? Make me yawn myself to death?
I will say jumping is a little weird with this camera because it doesn't, like, follow up, and I wish it did. But I am just used to using a camera like this at this point because I used it for a lot of all of Torna, and now I'm using it again in 2. So, apologies that it's not the default camera, but I think it works fairly well for a lot of the time.
We'll be out of the valley soon.
I'm not sure how we'll talk our way out of this with the brass.
And here's the end of the Uni segment. It was nice while it lasted.
Riku's so sleepy. Could do with long soaking bath.
Oh, to be a carefree nop-on.
Just hold out a little longer. We'll be back soon. Oh! Look! Friendlies! Hey! It's me! Lance from... Oh. Cut it out! We're your friends here from Colony 9!
They're not listening, Lance.
The spark! Don't they recognize us? Noah,
I like how Riku just lets this
Noah?
happen when he has been through all of this
just have to
before
fight
with
back.
Glimmer and Future Redeemed.
Fight back! You're crazy! Just don't kill them.
Oh, is that all?
Easier said than done.
I wonder
later?
if
It's time.
it's more of like a testing Noah's qualities type deal here. That would be my guess.
Come here! I got something for you!
Cheers, you're the best.
Enemy's broken away from me!
And it looks like the camera will automatically zoom out in battle, so that's good at least. Again, I didn't really need to use that group heal. I'm just kind of going off of muscle memory by pressing art buttons.
Come on now.
Eat this!
This is not going to be a perfectly min-maxed ultimate doing every single input absolutely perfectly playthrough. I am not one of those players.
I'll show you! Eat this! Help me! Crap! What is going on? We're on the same side!
They keep coming, Noah.
And now the whole world will be your enemy.
I mean, Dee did just straight up tell them that this was going to happen.
Watching you.
This is one of the silly moments to me where, like, oh yeah, multiple characters tell us that the entire world is going to be after us. Let's immediately go back to base
If we
camp.
get any
Like,
closer to Colin
I don't
and
know.
We're just going to end up getting surrounded. We've no choice. We're gonna have to head back.
And here's the Agni inside. Finally, we get to play as them. Although, since I am currently replaying Xenoblade 2, it is kind of neat to see tribes that don't
What's going on
exist
here?
in the
Child.
game.
That light.
Like, the dudes with the crystal ears over there on
What
the
is it?
left, and like the weird Oni
explain later.
characters
Right
don't
now, we need to
actually
focus on getting
exist
out of here.
in Xenoblade 2 on any of the Titans. Presumably, since they're Agnians, they did live on a Titan just off screen. I can't think of any that are named that still exist. Like, I know Luxon likes to throw around Specia a lot, but like, Specia sank at the end of Xenoblade Torna, so I don't think they're Specians, but I wonder if the art book says anything about it. I am now controlling Mio. In other words, prepare to actually have fun, because her class is actually, like, probably my favorite out of the tutorial ones. I've always liked playing as the dodge tanks. Dunban was my main POV the very first time I played Xenoblade 1 for a very long time.
Roger.
I love Senna. Since then, he has sort of fallen out of favor for me in in comparison to Melia. I normally play as Melia now. In Xenoblade 2, I normally only play as Morag. Like, as soon as Morag is unlocked, she is my POV character for the rest of the game, and I'm not exaggerating. And obviously with Brigid, she is very dodge tanky. Morag is absolutely the Dunban, or Uzuki if you want to go even further into the Xeno hole. And here in 3, Mio is the dodge tank, at least at the start. Nagi in Xenoblade X is really fun to play as well. I don't remember if he's technically a dodge tank, though. Remember he gets Blossom Slash, or Blossom Dance, rather. Also, speaking of Blossom Dance, I'm just saying, when we meet her, I am of the opinion that Ashira is Dunban's daughter, and I will be treating it as fact. I know there are so many people who say that she has to be Ryan's daughter, and I've always hated that. And, like, Future Redeemed shows that their daughter is a different character. So, like, I don't know. Ashira's always been super Dunban coded to me. The darker skin color, the love of fighting, the fact she has Blossom Dance, the little red hair tie that she has, like, she is so Dunban coded, and I do not understand why. The main issue I see a lot of people say is that her personality doesn't fit Dunban's, but that's not true. Like, are y'all forgetting the fact that Dixon's nickname for Dunban is Beast? Like, the reason that's his nickname is because of how battle lust driven Dunban is. Like, half of his dialogue is about good fighting or getting into scraps or feeling the flow of battle and shit. He's a little less suicidal than Ashira is, but I think that's just because Aionios makes people suicidal. Like, even in Xenoblade 1, where the Homs are at significant risk of being genocided, and it's a fairly somber and, you know, it's a serious story, but in a lot of ways, the worlds of Xenoblade 1, and especially Xenoblade 2, are significantly more lighthearted and less traumatic than Xenoblade 3 is. So I could see a lot of that side of Shira's personality just being a side effect of living in Aionios. So, Mio's talent art here, she's a dodge tank, so she will gain her talent art charge, which is those two big pizzas there, whenever she gains aggro from another character, or when she dodges an attack, or blocks an attack, I think also improves it, but Mio's a dodge tank, she's mostly going to be dodging and not blocking. Also, because her weapon is 2 attacks, you should cancel the art on the second swing, not the first. And whenever you see that red light jump to another character, you do in fact want to immediately target that enemy. It also helps if you go stand inside the, or go stand next to the character being targeted. You'll also be able to, protect them a little bit that way.
You look great! Not to worry, just stick to the plan. More enemies, what do we do? Off you go!
Off you go!
More enemies, what do we do?
I love this song. I know I say that every time I hear it, but I fucking love this song. I like this song more than The Weight of Life. I like this song more than Grand Theater of Life. I think the only song in Xenoblade 3 soundtrack that I don't like more than Elite Battle is Valak Night from, or specifically the Prison Island variant of Valak Mountain from Future Redeemed. That song is, like, probably my favorite area theme in the entire series. But yeah, you might be noticing that Mio is a lot more aggressive of a playstyle than Noah is, and especially more than Uni is. And that is largely because of how her arts work. In case you hadn't noticed, her art palette is different than Noah's. They are a different shape, that is because Mio plays like a Xenoblade 2 character. So instead of needing to wait for arts to recharge, hers recharge based on auto attacks, and will also recharge a little bit when you cancel an art. And that is kind of unfortunate. I do like that they split the Xenoblade 1 and Xenoblade 2 nations up and made them actually use fighting styles that are relevant for the nations they're from. But it does unfortunately lead a lot of the Kavesi classes to just not be as fun to play. That said, I do use a lot of the Kavesi classes, and in fact, 2 of the Kavesi attackers are my favorite attacker classes in the game. Those being Ethel, obviously, and Gray. I really like Gray's class, and I really like Ethel's class. In fact, you will see that basically as soon as I unlock Gray, I am going to keep Uni in Gray's class for, like, almost the entire rest of the game. She is really, really good in Gray's class. And Ethel has some crazy synergy with Noah. It's a bit of a spoiler, so I won't say what it is outright, but Noah gets a power-up at the end of Chapter 5, and Ethel's class, her special skill, basically makes it so you can trigger his powered-up form after, like, 1 or 2 positionals. It's crazy.
Sure I did, Sana. You look great. That's that, I guess. Aw, and we were just getting started.
It's the closest to playable Heavenly Disrupt the series has ever gotten, and I think it's really fun.
Show us what you're made of.
Also totally trivializes, like, every regular enemy for the rest of the game, which is kind of funny.
Did you see me in action, Mimi? Sure I did, Sana. Mimi, you look great. Are you gonna be alright? Thanks, I'm okay. Bit weirded out, but fine.
I was trying to avoid this one so we could hear the dialogue. I'm sorry, sometimes dialogue is going to get interrupted like that. I'll do my best for it to not to happen, but unfortunately sometimes it will.
I'm getting in the swing of it. Did you see me in action, Mimi? Sure I did, Sana. You look great.
Was that Tyon who just got a class rank? Or was it Senna? Might have been Senna.
Couldn't keep them in check. How's that? Fly blade. Eyes over here. You didn't disappoint. You're literally the best, Mimi.
I really do like playing as Mio so much more in the tutorial than I do Noah or Uni. Like, Noah's fine. Uni gets a little tedious, but thankfully you don't have to play as her for very long. And then you get to play as Mio, and it's like, holy shit, this game is this game's amazing. I think playing as Mio is when the gameplay really clicks for a lot of people. I would be really surprised if they went from the timing-based cooldowns to an active one like this, and we're like, I don't really like that.
Eyes over here.
And again, this is coming from a Xenoblade 1 superfan. Xenoblade 1 is my favorite game of all time, but actually being able to be this aggressive just by the nature of how her specific arts work, and the Agnian art recharge in general, makes it feel so much more active than Noah or Uni's just having to sort of wait around. Like, Uni is literally just auto-attacking unless you need to heal, drop a puzzle, or respond to a topple. Noah's a little bit better, because at least he does damage. But it's still kind of... There are a lot of fights, especially at the very, very beginning if you watch my first stream, where you'll use all 3 of Noah's arts and still have, like, 10 seconds of just standing around auto-attacking.
It's a part of me now. Right. We should move right away.
Wow. You got the blood pumping at least.
Okay. What is everyone's level? Level 12? We might be able to take that unique monster. we do have to be a little bit more careful because Taion isn't actually a healer. He is a healer class, but he doesn't have the same level of healing as Uni does. And he can't increase attack. His puddle is an evasion puddle. I think I can actually pull up. Oh, right, I'm playing Xenoblade 3, not 2, so it's X, not plus. Tions are... Oh, I can't actually pull them up. You can see them on the face buttons there. Stormy Skies is an area AoE. It's his equivalent of group heal. Overfall is damage that I think lowers evasion. And Hazy Figure raises evasion. I don't think I can change Mio's arts. No, I can't. And I can't really change Senna's. Unfortunately, Senna as an attacker is kind of lame. She has a front positional, and her art animations are very, very long. So yeah, he just used Stormy Skies and I barely recovered any HP, like, at all. There's a new enemy? That's not good. We might have to retreat here. Focus attacks on this dude. If I can get them to focus on one of them and, like, take out the two grunts, then Neo might be able to survive the attacks from everybody else long enough to live. I'm hoping. Oh, it's enraged. That's not good. Okay, it's dead. Get the items. I do really like You Will Know Our Names finale. I like the regular one more, the one from Xenoblade 1. But it's my... I like it more than You Will Recall Our Names or An Obstacle in Our Path from 2. Okay, nobody died. Things got a little tense there for a moment when there was 3 enemies, but that wasn't too bad.
You think those people got away safely?
Senna, why waste your time worrying about those Kavesi fools? Forget about them.
That's not very nice, Taion.
Shall we deal with this?
Eyes over here! Knew you had it in you, me.
I do like this battle theme as well, the one with the drums. I can't remember what it's called.
Eyes over here!
It also plays in the Colony 4 segment. Xenoblade 3's OST just in general is amazing. I know it's a bit of an overdone joke, but it lost the Soundtrack of the Year award to God of War Ragnarok. And again, coming from someone who likes God of War Ragnarok, it should not have beaten Xenoblade 3's OST. It just really shouldn't have. Then again, I'm pretty sure, like, everyone knows that the Game Awards is just, like, a paid sham by Jeff Keighley for advertisers. So the awards don't really mean anything, but God of War Ragnarok's OST is not better than Xenoblade 3's. A couple of songs are really good, don't get me wrong, but I think by sheer volume, Xenoblade 3 has more bangers than God of War Ragnarok does. I'm pretty sure it's longer by, like, 6 hours. And, you know, the whole, like, they were so intent on selling the world that they made Noah and Mio's flutes to play all of the flute medleys on in the OST. So, like, I don't know. Damn it. Get untargeted.
I'm getting in a swing of this.
I will say, I like how much longer drops stay in the world in 3 as opposed to Xenoblade 2. In Xenoblade 2's, they despawn, like, immediately, and it's kind of lame. Well, not immediately, but within, like, I think a minute and a half. Basically, if an enemy drops gold or items, you want to pick them up right away, which is also kind of annoying because slower movement speed. But anyway, cutscenes are starting, so I'm gonna shut up.
What?
You lot.
Much as I love a friendly reunion,
I love how
what
smooth,
exactly are we
quote
doing
unquote,
here?
that transition is.
Yeah, beats me. I'm starting to get antsy here.
What he said.
and how do you suppose we feel?
Tyon, don't be like this. Reel it in a little.
You guys, you want to survive? Live on? Hold the torch?
Good question.
What?
Guys, let's live. Let's survive.
What kind of pep talk is that? Of course we're gonna survive.
Well then, we know where to go. The city.
The sit? What are you even...
In the eyes of the world at large, we're outlaws now. We can't go back to the colony.
The soldiers. Their irises glowed blood red, just like his did.
Right. I remember.
This is just conjecture. But what if those soldiers are perceiving us as enemies?
Because of the red irises.
Correct.
But what's even up with the colony? Did that freak do that? How?
We don't know the method, but it's logical to think he did something.
That's exactly right. That's it. So instead of going off our separate ways, we stand a better chance if we all work together. Right?
I suppose I can't deny that.
If we are going to be running, we might as well have some kind of aim, right? People on opposite sides, working together. Do you see?
You're saying we can survive that way?
Dude, what are we doing about the homecoming?
Lance, are you being serious?
I love that line from Noah.
Come on, you have to understand. If you still want to go after all this, I won't stop you. But before you do, you'll have to kill our friends here. Is that even how our lives are supposed to go?
Remember that ceremony? Long ago?
But after our homecoming, what's left?
Well, think of the praise they got, up there. Up on that shining platform.
To me, it was like a pillar of husks. Terrible altar, built upon countless lives. You want that as your legacy? You're really okay with that?
Well, what do you want me to do?
I can't answer that for you. I don't know everything. But we need answers. I say we go out and find them. I want to know, why were we entrusted with these powers? What did he mean by the real enemy?
So, the city.
Yeah,
What did he say? A land pierced by a great sword? Oh, right. That sword. You know, that massive one way down south.
Sorry if you can hear children running down the halls. I live in an apartment complex.
And restore the world to order. Well then, I guess you can count me in.
Mio?
I think I'd like to trust that man. Besides, how can we even fight anymore? After all we've been through.
They're the enemy.
They were the enemy.
Okay, I'm with Mimi on this one.
It may be to our advantage. I'll admit that, at least.
Oi, what's that look for?
I do think it's kind of
just
funny
stare
that
at
legally distinct Akos and legally distinct Ryan
We're
are
gonna
the
need an
two that
answer
take the
soon.
longest to get along.
Do I even have a choice?
Guess there's nothing for it.
Good. My name's Noah. Colony 9, Special Forces Unit. As you know, I'm an Offseer. These three, Lance, Uni, and Riku, are my long-term friends. Oh, and this is my passion. Someday I'd like to play my own melodies. Not just the same old music that I learned in training. Okay.
What is this? Feels like a surprise inspection or something.
It'll help in the long run.
Come on, man. Really?
I'm called Mio. I'm an Offseer in Colony Gamma's musical unit. I can do the 100 metri in 7 seconds. Pretty quick on my toes, I guess.
You go, girl.
And I keep a diary. I like writing down what happens. I never miss a single day.
Uni's the name. Special Forces Unit, Colony 9. We act as Noah's escort. Me and the boys, inseparable since we left the pod. My special move's group heal.
It's a
It's
group
great at
heal.
healing my allies all at once. My hobby? Collecting fortune clovers, I guess.
And I'm Senna. I've been Mia's roomie, ever since I
And
was
they
posted to
were
Colony Gamma.
roommates.
My special move... I'm just crazy strong, I guess. I don't look it, but I can lift far more than my own weight. My hobby is lifting.
Oh, there you go, Lance. Got a muscle buddy.
Well, I'm Tyon. I'm part of operations and planning in Colony Gamma's survey branch. For this mission, I was assigned as support for the Offseer.
I was just here and got dragged into all this shit.
And go on. Your special move?
I don't have a special move.
I love that the Xenoblade 3
What's the
art book
point?
shows how to fold
Why
one of
share
those.
details like that? I don't have hobbies.
Wow, Colony dull.
Poor Mondo.
Riku. In Colony 9, Riku was head of maintenance and crafting. And these are attendants of Riku. They at your disposal.
What's this attendance crap?
I'm Manana. Manana was cookie pond in Colony of Mio and others. Manana master of food. Stews, baked goods, fry-ups.
I love
Even
Manana.
cook up a mean Gonzalez eyeball.
Eyeball.
I didn't realize both Agnes
Manana
and
could even
Tevis
cook
assigned off onto
Gonzalez
their
if
officer
necessary.
squads. Weird coincidence, huh?
Yeah, wouldn't have expected similarities there.
Come on.
Come on, Lansy Poo.
My name's Lance. I'm from the same colony as Noah. I work as the unit's defense. My special move? Ah, you figure it out. Do we have to do this rubbish?
Just bear with us. We can plan, now that you've joined.
So you're acting like we're a team already? Ugh, Spock's alive. Fine then, I'm with you.
You totally sure?
What else do I do? Not like we've got much choice. So, what's our angle?
We have made some distance, but we're still in the colony's search zone. Luckily, we don't have any colonies south of here. And you?
We shouldn't have any colonies mobilized either. So we go south then.
Yeah.
Convenient.
What are you doing there?
Well, our clothes are pretty filthy. Just wondered if there was anything to change into. Oh. Fashion and utility.
I need a change of clothes too.
It does kind of annoy
These
me
are,
that
Yeah.
all of the outfits are
Don't
supposed
stop
to
at
be
clothes.
colony,
Have a look around.
or not colony, city
Take anything that
outfits,
could
like
come in useful.
city styles, and then you get to the city, and none of the NPCs are wearing anything even remotely similar to any
Is
of
there
the
anything
party
we could
members.
use?
Anyway, yep, we have the full party now. There is a special thing off to the side here. I'm sure a lot of people know about it, but you can come over here for a special scene.
Are these his dog tags?
Guernica Vandam. I guess that's his name.
That's great.
Huh?
I kind of hated the idea of not even knowing who he was.
Right, yeah. Let's remember him as the man who gave us a goal and the ability to choose.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a small little scene, but I like it. I like that they just leave the origin shard here. Just leave it, it's fine. They don't know they need to take it. Not like in Mobius would want it or anything. It's fine, just, yeah, leave it in the middle of a field.
Hey, these are all clothing containers.
Cooking ingredients here. Itchy to get at these.
There's one with equipment too. Not exactly equipped to match our setup. We'll just have to deal.
What's with the frown? Have they got nothing in your size?
Well, this fabric is awfully thin. It doesn't seem very reliable.
You can't expect luxury, can you? Bound to be better than nothing. Unless you're happy with what you have now?
No, I'll wear it. We all have to make sacrifices.
Ooh, you know, I might be able to rock this jacket.
Maybe I'll go for this one. I like the colors.
Not exactly the freshest threads, eh?
Maybe it's on the old side, but there's no tears. It'll be fine.
They've got lots of funny designs here, huh?
They sure do. Some of the stuff's like, how do you even put it on?
This is one of the weird lore implications for me, because,
Pretty
like,
easy to move in this. Score.
less than an hour ago,
yeah?
Noah
there
was
any
in
more
the
of us?
bath with Uni, and it was fine.
just this.
So why are they suddenly, like,
Oh,
self-conscious now?
What is it? Not gonna change?
Huh? Yeah, hang on. Still gotta...
And, like,
change
I
my
know
boots, I
Luxon
guess.
has a
Your
video
boots?
about it. I think
You'll
it's
need
the
a hammer, don't you?
conditioning video, but, like, I don't think that's the case either, because, like, the girls are confused that
I
they're
can help.
acting this way. If it was just the Mobius conditioning,
What's big
then
them?
they
just
would
changed
both
here.
suddenly become
We went
self-conscious
pretty far
about it.
off, huh?
Also, I love that scene of the Nopon being Nopon. I love it when the Nopon are allowed to just be Nopon. Oh god, there's an error. What is this error? YouTube is not receiving... Is this dropped frames again? Are we dropping frames?
Is that...
Yes, we are. Okay,
Yeah. My time left. Think about it. Wouldn't want to lose track of time and just run out. Today, it's exactly 3 months. 3 more months. And then I'll be gone from this world.
I don't think I can
I've thought about
actually,
this a lot. About what I can achieve. What I'll leave behind.
Okay, I
I've saw
apparently
so many
can't change the
who felt the same.
bit rate midstream.
I see. So that's why you trusted that guy.
After this cutscene, I will
You hope to
restart the
live
stream
more?
with a lower bit rate. And then I'll just combine
I
them
don't
or
know.
something.
Doesn't matter. But you and me, just talking like this, I think that's kind of amazing. And if there really is hope in that place that the man mentioned,
Is that what you'd want for a legacy?
Oh, the error just went away. Maybe
weird
we were
question.
good. Yeah, it doesn't say drop frames anymore. I think we're good. Okay. I'm glad it unfucked itself.
Those who can leave their legacy, are they content at the end?
Huh?
And the ones left behind, can they really come to terms with that?
That's food for thought. Huh?
I think about it all the time. What we leave when we're gone. What that connection truly means.
No, it just constantly has an existential
Connection.
crisis.
Eh? Heavy stuff.
Yeah. That's life, I guess.
For the record, I think Shania is one of the best written characters in the series. I know that's a spicy take, but I think she's extremely well written, especially after the revelations of her family, and specifically who her ancestor is.
It's good to keep a record.
Agnes and Keves, working together as a team. Tyon seems a little dissatisfied, but at the time, his thinking was quite aligned with mine. Finding a path that lets us all live. I will make that my mission.
Oh, there's the dropped frames notification
Stop
again.
crying, lad!
Great.
It won't change anything. For now, just run. Run with all the breath you have.
Sparks!
Do about that.
We almost made it!
Hi, Ethel.
I'm sorry. Huh? If I'd been just a bit faster, I could have saved many more lives. Who are? I'm Ethel, from Colony 4. Silvercoat Ethel!
I like that she has that title even though she doesn't have her coat right here.
Some do call me that. However, a person's worth isn't in their color. It's here. Nice blade you've got.
Wow, tough guys, eh? It's a wild ride, this passage of fate.
Hey, wild
We
ride.
got ourselves a nice little awakening.
You were all talk when you left here, but you've nothing to show for it, Dee.
Oh, spare me, P. After all, I did precisely what I was meant to do.
So, about that huge bet of yours, pray tell us who won.
A draw, I think. And with 2 whole colonies on the field. We should have sallied forth in the first place. The whole thing would have been done by tea time.
It was Jay who insisted on it. I thought that had already been communicated.
In that case, I believe it's my turn next.
I'm pretty sure you already had your kicks the other day when you wiped out Colony 8, no? Surely the turn is mine.
Honestly, you make more noise than the rabble at a feast.
Zed!
Even if you did stop its raging flow, it will soon burst through. All it takes is the slightest fissure.
And that is fate. I've told you before, haven't I? D.
The gang's all here again.
I kind of wish that N and J's relationship was touched on at all.
Kay, will you go?
If you say I go, I go.
Well then, let us see how far the flow brings them this time.
I wonder if it's supposed to be because, like, N is the quote-unquote leader of the Kavesi Mobius, and J is presumably an Agnian consul, even though he is Kavesi. But, like, It's specifically Jay who goes to Colony Lambda and not a different console, so like presumably he would have to be an Agnian console even though being Kavasi, which is weird.
Guys.
Then again, there are a couple of consoles who are explicitly shown to be in control of multiple colonies from both nations, so...
Did we wake you?
Honestly, I'm surprised you haven't gone and woken up the whole Forsaken Continent.
I love Tyon. He is such an asshole.
Oh, this? We reckon we might be able to do the same as what Noah and Mio did.
You
So we're gonna Dragon Ball Fusion
that
dance until it
Ouroboros thing?
happens.
Yeah. How badass was that? We thought if we pulled it off, it'd raise our chances of survival a whole bunch.
And you think it's that easy?
Huh? I mean...
I don't mean to burst your bubble here, but don't you think maybe that power's meant only for them?
Yeah, but that Mobius guy, he did refer to us. I just thought...
You thought maybe you could transform as well? What makes you think it would be you two, anyway? Say it is possible. It could be me and Lance.
It's just... kind of a feeling.
Yeah, just a hunch, right?
They operate
Something
based on
wrong?
vibes.
Not at all. Then, I guess that leaves me with her. I envy you, I really do.
What are you moaning about now?
Let's drop it. I don't want us bickering this early.
You're the one who started it.
Not now we seem to be sharing a common destiny, we happy few.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you're trying to get us all worked up.
Think whatever you want.
I think you might be on the mark, though.
Oh?
We were all there. Every one of us. In the same situation.
Now, hold on.
The only difference was... I was set on protecting Mio. Protecting all of you guys. And then I suddenly transformed.
That's it? That's all it took?
Yeah.
So you can take that form via a strong desire or emotion?
Possibly.
Probably too much to ask a Professor Grump here.
What, me?
Well, who do you think?
And you're any different?
What, me? As if I'm gonna join with you.
Uni.
Come on, though.
You're not going to manage this overnight. Not the way you all are right now. Even so, it can't hurt to have a little hope, can it?
I suppose there's logic in that.
Manana has priorities in check. Towards Milik Meadows we go. Alrighty, just...
We need to cut through that cave if we're going to head south.
How come you get to be the boss? I know this stuff too.
You know, let's play as Lance for a little while. He's like, him and Senna are the only two characters we haven't played as yet.
I'll whack him good.
Now, unfortunately, Lance does kind of have slow attack animations. But I like them. They're very Monster Hunter.
Hear that, Noah? Lance wants something a bit meatier.
Shall we deal with it?
are they gonna do? Make you itchy to get wrecked?
Make me yawn myself to death, huh?
What were they gonna do? Make me yawn myself to death? I'll deal with your what? Make this quick! You're on fire, lad! Right, let's push on.
You can see having the full party makes battles go by a lot faster.
Here we go.
I'm with you.
Good effort noises there.
Well, this is kind of awkward.
How do you think we feel? Do exactly as I say.
Let's play as Tyon for a little bit. So you can see what the other side of the healing spectrum looks like. I'll be entirely I'll be entirely apparent, I don't really like playing as Tyon.
Did you see me in action, Mimi? Sure I did, Sana. You look great. Smooth as always, Noah.
I got something for you.
Perfect time. Right. We should move, right?
I think the only healer I enjoy the playstyle of is Teach. And I usually have Senna play as Teach.
Did you see me in action, Mimi? Sure I did, Sana. You look great.
Let's play this smart.
I'm ready. Let's do it. Eyes over here.
Appreciate it. Don't think this is the norm.
What a gorgeous view.
But yeah, that's Tyon. Let's play as Senna. Again, Senna kind of has the least interesting fighter class in the game, in my opinion. It's just a big squeaky hammer, basically. It's not actually a squeaky hammer, it is just a giant hammer. But the, like, attack sound effects make it sound like a squeaky hammer. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna refill my water because my throat's getting a little dry.
Okay. Of course.
Okay, I'm back. So, this thing that I just dropped is a shortcut. You can use it to get back to Alfeto Valley faster. I think you do actually have to return here for some point. I think it's a side quest.
I'll take point.
I'll do my best.
There's Bionis Lake and Uraya. You can see, like, the shoulder of Morardain and then the Makana sword. There is a Gormott fin. And in fact, the entire area we were just on, Alfeto Valley, is actually Gormott as well. It just looks very, very different.
It'll be a long journey before we reach the Great Sword.
But I love the way Xenoblade 3 looks.
Hang in there.
like, it's a bit different than the other Xenoblade games, not counting X, because Mirror is a different beast altogether. But, like, 1 obviously has the 2 Titans, and then 2 has a bunch of Titans. And this game doesn't have any Titans at all, but I still like what they did, making Titans still part of the landmass, like the bits of Bionis leg here, and, like, Uriah. Uriah is criminally underutilized in this game, and we'll talk about that when we get there. But, for the most part, visually at least, I think it works extremely well. I do hope we get to see some new kind of Titan in Xenoblade 4, even though we're probably not going to, since, you know, Earth is a thing again. But that'd be cool.
Hey guys, could I have a moment?
Meh? Yeah? What's up?
There's something that I forgot to tell you.
It's about who in charge of Din duties.
No. From now on, I want us to avoid combat as much as possible. So, Kevez, Agnes, if either of them decide to put up a fight, don't kill them, okay?
Not saying I'm against the idea, but why?
Guess it'd suck having to draw on our allies.
Do we just knock them out cold or something?
Or get them to surrender.
How kind of you.
Huh?
I'm sure our past victims will appreciate that.
You little...
We don't need to take any more lives. There's no point. There's a reason we met. There has to be.
Huh?
You think?
Back then, if we hadn't met each other, we wouldn't be here like this now.
Even though we're being chased by both nations at once?
We get chased, we run. Easy.
I love how matter of fact that is. He just, so what? People chase us, run away. Duh. Dumbass.
A smart new decision.
We'll keep on running. To that sword.
Talk about bad blood.
Just give it time. It's early days.
Maybe so.
Funny pattern you got there.
You can talk. You've got those shiny chest doodads.
We've always had these.
Play Xenoblade 2.
I've never even thought of myself as strange before.
So many things. Taken for granted. We're pretty different, huh? Worlds apart.
No one's worlds apart. If anything, we should be questioning all that we've thought to be true.
You say that, and yet you've been a
Differences
dick
are all a matter of
at every
perspective.
conceivable instance available to you.
Our skeptic.
Hey, are you always like this?
Of course. It's
You're
my nature.
watching this from prison? Okay.
Personally, I think it's easier to take
Glad
things at
you're
face
here, I
value,
guess.
You know?
Now, wouldn't that be nice?
Huh? You making fun of me?
All I said was, it would be nice.
Oh, no, you don't. You just call me an airhead, you jerk.
I'm kind
This
of
is
surprised
just-
it's possible
How long
to
are you going to drag
watch
this
a
out?
stream from prison.
For as
Like,
long as
assuming
spark
that's
you
not
need
a
to,
joke.
until you come clean, Four Eyes.
I'm not really sure
I
what
can't
kind of
believe this.
recreational activities are
Someone shoot
allowed
me.
in prison, so kind of surprised by that. So, I don't really understand why they're like, oh, look, there's a Furanis over there, when it's not. It's a pile of junk that doesn't even resemble a Furanis. Like, oh, they should be able to identify that it's a wreck, I would assume, because, like, it's not even as kept together as the fucking Colony Sigma is after that falls apart. Maybe it's just like a size thing where like it's clearly bigger than 11th, so it has to be a Furanis, even though it's significantly smaller than any Furanas in-game.
Shall we deal with it?
Come here! I got something for you! You're on fire, lad!
Like I said, dexterity is actually very important in this game, and you will notice it when it's low. Unfortunately, I can't raise it yet, but as soon as I can, trust me, I'm going to put it on, like, every single character.
Right, let's push on.
That twirly thing Lance was doing just now, that was the, my special skill figure it out comment. That's what that is. It just gathers aggro from everybody. I don't know if it's a lock-on or if it just raises over time, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it is just straight up Mad Taunt, which is an art from Xenoblade 1. It's Ryan's talent art, I think. I'm pretty sure Lynn in Xenoblade X also gets it. Though I don't think it's her talent art.
My jam.
We're counting on you, Senna.
Keep missing attacks so much. I like if this thing just rolls on you for one of its attacks. Oh, we were so close to getting a different art here. So, in Xenoblade 3, because it's a combination of 1 and 2, you get both games' driver combos. I know they're not called anything in Xenoblade 1, but I'm so used to calling them driver combos, because that's what I called them as soon as 2 coined the term. One's driver combo in this game is Break, Topple, Daze, Burst. Burst being a new addition to give it a 4th stage like Xenoblade 2 has. And then the 2-1 is exactly the same as Xenoblade 2, so Break, Topple, Launch, Smash. And they do different things. Burst can remove an enraged state, or Awakening, again, I forget what they're called in this game. When their name tag gets all fiery and they get stronger, you can remove that by doing a Burst fusion chain, and you can do Smash just for high damage like normal. I think Burst also makes them drop items, if I remember correctly. It also has like a knockback effect that you can use to one-shot non-flying enemies if you can knock them off a cliff or something. Unfortunately, you can't one-shot flying enemies in this game. Oh, insufficient storage space to continue recording. Okay, that's not good. Okay, I guess we are going to be stopping this stream a little early so I can keep a backup of this and not lose it in case something happens. So after this fight, I am going to call the stream. I am so sorry. I will clear up some space for next time so we don't run into this issue. It's about an hour and a half stream. Well, an hour and 20 minutes, and I usually like to stream for at least an hour and a half minimum, but I'm not convinced that the storage will last that long, so... I do like that there's haptic feedback with the controller whenever you gain or lose aggro. Because sometimes there is a lot going on screen. But again, I'm so sorry to have to call this early. I just want to make sure that I don't lose a backup in case there's an issue. Like if the frame drops from earlier, the only way I can really do anything about that is to upload the offline. So yeah, thanks for watching. I might not be able to stream tomorrow. I have an apartment inspection. They might hit my apartment. If they do, I won't be able to stream at my regular time because I will have to be present for that. So I might play a little bit more on my own offline and just upload that, or do like a premiere or something at the time that I would stream. We'll see. Or I might stream after. Something along those lines. Thank you everyone for watching. I have been really enjoying this game, and I hope that's apparent. Your support means the world for me. I'm gonna do the annoying thing and ask that you guys remember to subscribe, because I have only gotten like 1 new subscriber from this. And I really would like some more, because I think I only have like 60. And like 90% of my viewer traffic is not from subscribers. So, thank you guys for watching. I will be here tomorrow at... Well, I might not be here tomorrow, but... Whether I am live or not, there will be a video of the next part of this going live at roughly this time tomorrow. Alright.